And the president is citing Section 51A and BI of the ITI Act. The president stated that it has the right to reject requests for information deemed crucial. And according to the presidency, the KPMG report contains sensitive information falling under these provisions. This has been a matter of high public interest. The president commissioned KPMG to investigate, based on which details were captured in this white paper on actions to be taken. What do you make of the president's decision to refuse the request of the Union Foundation for West Africa to have the KPMG report published?
Yeah, the problem, actually, I'm currently looking at work on that, on the RTI and some of these weaknesses. This is a major weakness of the law, that in one breath, the law is ready to let go some information of the public. That, in other words, the public can access information. In another breath, the same hand restraining you that I will not give you information. That is the law, and that is the problem. That is the major problem associated with the law. The law, at a point in time, want to give you access to information. At the same time, they want to restrict or will not want to give you access to the law. So which is which? I think that we need to get back to the drawing board and then see this weakness is a major weakness with the law, so that we can really do something about that. Because if the whole issue is to give people access to information in the public sphere, which is in line with the good governance agenda of what? The good governance concept touches on what? Transparency, which is a function of what? A free information and then easy accessibility of that information. So if that is missing, then there is a big problem in there. Then it defeats the whole purpose of what? Having that law. So I think that you cannot fault the president entirely based on the nature of the law. But if you also want to look at it carefully, the president can say that this is of grave public interest. I have nothing to hide in there. There's nothing that should worry me. So public have access to it and let's have interesting conversation about that, right? So it's a two-way traffic in there. One is that the law itself has created that problem. And based on that, for politics, people would take advantage of the slightest weakness associated with a process or a law or a procedure. So you don't leave that gap for people to fulfill. But I, as a student of democracy and good governance, my interest is that, look, this is of grave public interest. Remember, all that we are doing it in the interest of the public. So if the public is interested in knowing what has happened, and remember, the public has the right to know, all right, then the public, I am saying that, yes, have access to the public. And because after all, as soon as the president leaves office, that information, anybody can access it. If he doesn't want anybody to access it today, it can be accessed another point in time. So why? Give it out and then move on. So if I were the president, that would have been my position. That law is of great public interest, so I'm going to give it out, and that's all. But the law, we must also not lose sight of the fact that there's a great weakness associated with it. And then one of it is this. Another one is the cost associated with it. People are not able to pay for the access and the rest of them.
So, in the spirit of good governance, the president should release the report?
I said, if I were him, remember, I'm not the president, but I'm saying that there are these weaknesses. But look, for the purposes of good governance, if I were the president, I would just release it. But look, have it. The public has the right to know, see what you're supposed to see and all that. But now, as it is, based on the law, you can't fault the president completely, because that weakness is there. And that lacuna, people will take advantage of. In politics, people will take advantage of that.